Well, this is going to be an interesting one. So thanks for clicking on this video. Jarosz knives. Jesse Jarosz. Um, I am really, really glad that my friend Derek sent me this knife. Because unlike most of you, I have never heard of Jesse Jarosz before getting this in the mail. Well, I had heard from Derek that he was sending it to me. But I was like, he's like, hey, have you ever, done one of his knives in a video? And I'm like, quite frankly, no, because I've never heard of the guy. However, almost every single comment in the unboxing video basically was telling me that I must be living under a rock that I didn't know about Jesse and his knife making ability. Because everybody, including some like personal friends that I have, kind of chimed in with nice comments, but basically it's about time you find out who this guy is. So here we are. I'm going to talk a little bit about my thoughts on this knife and what I know about Jesse also. All right. So here is certificate of authenticity. He is in Kalispell, Montana. Some stickers and, a little bit about the knife. There you go. I'm going to talk about it anyway. This thing is super cool. Spoiler alert, right out of the gate. I think it's great, although it is a little small for me and my hands. However, I was corrected also in the unboxing video. I think it was that video, maybe a different video. It's not small, it's practical size. Okay, I'll give you that. This is just a great feel in the hand. I am not a huge fan of the pocket clip. I think a 3D milled pocket clip would just elevate it a little bit. It is still comfortable in the hand. You do feel the pocket clip, but it's not uncomfortable by any means. It feels really good in the hand. It has kind of that little bit of a cant of the blade. So when you're holding it, the blade is tilted down a little bit, which makes it really easy to get in and do cutting work. This thing is crazy freaking sharp, and I'll show you that in a minute. And it has a compression lock, which I wasn't expecting when I opened it. And in the unboxing, I kind of like, wait a second. And then I realized that it was up here. Now, the compression lock is generally something I don't like because, the only exposure I've really had to compression locks is Spyderco. And I don't like the Spyderco compression lock because when I open the knife, the compression lock and the way my hand is on a Spyderco, I can feel the compression lock smack against my finger. And yes, if you watch the unboxing, I already said that. But for those of you that don't watch the unboxings, there you go. This one, I don't feel it against my hand at all when I open it. And I am getting used to the closing of it. It's new to me. I don't do compression locks. So while it looks like I'm struggling or that the knife is not super smooth and closable, it most certainly is. It is super nice and works really well. And if you are a compression lock person, you will have no problems with this. My virgin hands, my little girl fingers here, are having a little trouble with it. It is a little tender from learning and getting used to the compression lock. The clip is really tight, but when I shove it in my pocket, it's a little bit tight. It works. I would like it a little bit looser. And I know I can undo if this were my knife, I could unscrew these, flip it around, screw it in, tweak it just a little bit, and it'd be good. This is not my knife. This is going to Derek. All right, so what do we got here? We got 4 1/8 closed, 7 3/16 open. For the blade length, you have 3.13 inches with 3 inches of cutting edge. But because it's so sharp, it's going to cut like a bigger knife. One thing I found interesting as I was measuring it up, behind the edge, just because some people have commented they want me to talk about that, is 0.005 up here at the front. So it's even thinner behind the edge here at the front for piercing. And then it widens up a little bit here in the belly to 0.011. Still very thin, very slicey, a really nice hollow grind. Okay? Blade thickness is 0.149. The blade steel is SG2 Sanmai. I have no idea what that is. I do know that it looks great. And as we zoom in, let's give you a close up here. There are a few marks here because I did cut a piece of cardboard before filming. That'll just wipe right off, guys. Don't stress. And I know Derek is a user, so I'm going to do a little bit of cutting tests with this for you in a minute. And there you go. So Blue G10, titanium liners, titanium hardware, bearings. I don't know if that's carbon fiber or G10 on the backspacer. A little bit of laser etching of his logo there on the pocket clip. I could do without that too, just because I like more of a sterile clip. Again, personal preference. But that blade looks beautiful. I love that look. The stonewashing finish here. You can see that Sanmai sandwich here. I mean, I love everything about this. If it was just a little bigger for me. Now that's a personal thing. Okay. Weighs in at 4 ounces. Now, if you look at his website, and I will put a link to his website as we're doing some cutting here, I'll talk about that. He's got several different product lines. He's got the Jarosz knives, which is this, the high-end customs. I mean, this is just like literally effortless. Like I'm barely even holding the knife with 2 fingers now. Wow, I just can't explain. Now this is, it's on par, I think, with my Rockstead Cone fixed blade. I mean, that's a little bit sharper because it almost has like negative pressure when you're cutting. But this thing is fantastic. So you got Jarosz knives, high-end customs. Flathead knives is a user grade knife, still same quality and everything, but users for Montonians, I think is how you pronounce that, for going out in the outback. User grades. Then there's the Jesse Jarosz designs, which are one-offs, crazy customs, just crazy designs and things like that. And then there is K-Bar Jarosz, where he has designed knives that are produced by K-Bar. So that's pretty cool. Now, not only does this cut paper really easily, it cuts through cardboard equally as easy. Now, do you know that this isn't really cardboard? Technically, this is called a corrugated box, not a cardboard box. Cardboard is like a cereal box where it's just literally one piece of material. That is a cardboard box. This, with its 2 layers and the little, squiggly stuff on the inside, this is a corrugated box, not a cardboard box. Okay? Just a little fun fact there. You can Google that if you like, but trust me, I know what I'm talking about sometimes. And that's one of the times. Okay? So this thing is a super great cutter. I would really kind of like one of these. Now, pricing, just because I know and I asked, these start at $900 roughly for kind of the base high-end customs. Mono steel blades, right? This particular one, Derek told me, was around $1,300. There it is with the Spyderco Delica. So it's about the same size as the Delica. I obviously didn't look at this previously, so I'm just seeing it together now. Obviously, it's thicker, right? You have more blade. Like leaps and bounds above the Spyderco. But this is around $1,300. Now, if it was a 3.5-inch blade, I might like it more for myself. But that's the beauty. Jesse makes multiple different models. He is always making what you as the customer want. And so he's got a lot of options. And it sounds like from reading his website and stuff, I haven't talked to him yet. If you have a crazy idea, he'll do it. If I wanted this in a 4-inch blade and I called him up and said, hey, what it would cost? Like, I have a feeling that he would make this in a 4-inch blade and he would give it a new name or whatever, right? That's the beauty of working with smaller, like one-man band makers, is you can ask for things or different steels or different materials and stuff like that. And they're more apt to do it because it's just them. I don't know. So all that being said, I think this is cool. I'm going to put a link to his website and Instagram down below. And I encourage you to go check him out. Although I guess I don't really need to say that because everybody in the unboxing already told me that they know who he is and they're very familiar with him. And I'm the guy that's on the out and the oddball. So, but check him out if you haven't already. I think he does some great work. And I hope to check out some more of his knives in the future. Wink, wink, nod, nod, if anybody's got any. And I'm going to reach out to him and see if he wants to be a guest on the EDC Hour one of these times. On my live stream podcast show with Alex. So stay tuned for that as well. If we can work that out and get him on, that would be fantastic. And I think that's enough rambling about Jesse Jarosz knives. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a fantastic day.